Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're still on Your View on TVC and we're talking about this Nollywood actress, Etinosa Idemudia. She has shared her opinion about marriage. According to her, couples share everything, including sexually transmitted diseases. Speaking from personal experience, the movie star recalled how her estranged husband transmitted infections to her several times during their marriage. What do you think about her post? Because many women out there are going through similar ordeal. How best can they handle it? Should they try and fix the marriage or walk away? Join the conversation by calling us on 081-076-41679, or you can call us on 090-241-63440. Tweet to us. We'd like to hear from you. So I know someone personally who married as a virgin. She, upon marriage, found out that she was having PCOS, infertility. She was having slight infertility issues, and they were going through the treatment, but she kept having recurring infection. Now, this person is actually an Ijabite. Kept having recurring infection over and over again, only to find out that her husband has a separate family, lied about it.
Hey.
So she technically was a second wife. He has a separate family that the family knew. She was lied to, and he was a serial cheat. And her medical condition got complicated. She's had to do surgery because it was back-to-back infection. She left the marriage, but I don't think that, the last time I spoke to her, I don't think she has fully recovered from the trauma of, I'm a good girl. I did not do anyhow. I married, I followed the tenants. They did everything they meant to do on my head. But now, she said the last appointment she had with her GP, after she did a surgery, based on all of the infections complicated are already, she had a medical condition, which is not a problem. Human beings have medical condition. But the infection she got from her husband complicated it. If she had married a good man that did not put her into that risk, they would have easily dealt with the PCOS, she would have had children. But now, 2 surgeries down the line, marriage ended and she's having to deal with it. So how can we address this case of in marriage you share everything, and who will take responsibilities for sharings of infections?
Hey, this is a very dangerous case.
It's a very
Everybody just
I don't even know what to say, but infidelity is not even permissible in marriage. I don't know what we are doing, honestly. The way we are just we are trying to legalize this this thing, I don't even understand. I know. And the funny thing with infection is that in a woman, once a woman gets infected, it doesn't show like on a man. Immediately, when a man gets infected, he will know immediately. But for a woman, it will continue to eat her up. It will eat her up. It will eat her up. After some time, that's when it now comes out. I know. I used to have this. There's this my former friend in the north there. He got married. He had 3 wives, and he was still going out. I know. He went out, got HIV, brought it, and gave his wives. And guess what? It was the second wife that died first. She was the one that got the infection first because he slept with her more than all the other wives. Look at him now. He wiped up his entire family. The children now, they're all there because no parents. The first wife died after. He died later. And then the children they're all there. Nobody to take care of them.
You see, there's love in sharing.
So you see this infidelity.
You share the good, the bad, the ugly.
So, I had a case. It was one of the examples they gave to us when we were growing up. That, once you find out that your husband is cheating, don't deceive yourself. Just go and buy him protection and give it to him. It was actually an elderly woman who was advising. He said for the how many years in their marriage, he discovered that the husband was cheating consistently, and she had to protect herself. So she went and bought a pack of condoms and dropped it. Anytime he's traveling.
Is that marriage?
He had a job. They are still married though. 40-something years now. They are still married. So she was just giving us some of the things she went through and how she survived it. She said because it wasn't her deal breaker to leave her husband because he was cheating. So she had to find a way to protect herself. And so she went and bought the pack of the whole thing. Anytime he had a job where he had to travel round states. Anytime he was going, he would put one for him. He say, or 2 packs. Say, I've put it for you. The man will collect it, thank you, and he will go. And he'll finish it. When he comes back, he's traveling again.
They devised their own style of marriage.
Exactly. And
Find
it
what
works
works
for
for
them.
you.
Now, the unfortunate thing is when the cheating is happening, you may not know. You may, first of all, be in denial, like, no, my husband can never, my wife can never. So you don't pay attention to the signs. You don't know. You miss out on that. If you know and you decide to stay, you must protect yourself. So you are choosing between the devil and the deep blue sea. So if I'm staying, then I have to take measures to protect myself, in case it's not a deal breaker for me. If it's a deal breaker for me, then I go. But what we have is we stay, we close our eyes, and then we collect everything that comes from it. And if this person is already cheating, things will come from it, because the person who takes out his time or her time to cheat is not careful enough to protect herself. They don't care. The audacity to do it anyhow and believe that I'm immune. But that audacity does not extend to the other family members who are innocent. So you must open your eye as a woman to choose, okay, am I staying or I'm not staying? And she raised a valid point. We share everything in marriage. So if you're staying, you will collect. If you are not staying, you will go. She did not lie.
Sabina, fact, marriage, you share everything, you share spoons. That's why I don't understand people that say they are married and they are living in separate rooms inside the house, where you are already sharing the most vulnerable parts of you.
Telling you.
Your privacy.
Don't change our topic.
You now go and put in one room and share. You will share everything. And sad part, the sad reality is that when you, some people will say we are divorced, we are no longer sharing. You still share kids.
Yeah.
You have to co-parent. Yeah. Sometimes you have to share properties.
Yes.
And there are sad realities like the one she stated. Sharing infection, destroying lives. So the person you choose to marry either make or marry you for life.
Do you think that couples are aware of the medical risk? They are very conscious of the medical risk, because I don't think that somebody would willingly expose his partner to infections or her partner, because let's not assume that it's only men that are bringing infection.
Women too.
Obviously, women too might be cheating and bringing infection. So in balancing it, I just want to believe that the partner you're not aware of the fact that there's a medical risk attached to what you're just doing.
You're aware. You don't care.
A cheating partner is very aware.
Or you feel because you're not seeing it.
You
know, like you might not, if it's not immediate, you do one, you get away, you do two, you get away, you feel like...
Because you don't check now. So the one,
they just take the risk and say,
and hope that's it.
For the fun, Abi.
And most especially if they are drugs, like, we could just do them, sharp.
For the pleasure of it.
Exactly.
But how do
you responsibly carry yourself? You know, in marriage, we were raised, at least me from women's side, women are raised to carry themselves with such responsibility and accountability that they don't embarrass the partner. So you're at a particular function. Maybe you just want to play rough play. The way I used to play with them, I'll be like, it's outside though. So they don't say Mr. Zibiri's wife behaved such a way. So there are certain things you want to do. Somebody abuse you outside, want to tear their eye. You say, they will not say Mr. Zibiri's wife tear somebody's eye. You know, you don't want to disrepute him by association.
You're such a fighter. Why I now?
You know, an example. I just...
This guy.
You know, so you don't want to go out flat to disrepute him as well, or, you know... And there's a saying in Africa, they say, woman, when they cheat, then they kill your husband. But you know that the saying don't balance. A cheating man also can kill a wife, because as Ramat's example said, you can actually kill wipe out an entire family.
HIV,
you know, HIV. So an irresponsible person is who cheats. You know, that 1 minute pleasure, I can just...
It's more important.
No. Anyhow. Is the height of irresponsibility.
Let me take this call. Shegun from Ketu has called onto the show. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Topper. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sir.
This topic we are discussing this morning is something that's big. I think the first thing for any person going into marriage is to first understand yourself first as a person. Know what you can take and what you cannot take. Be tolerant, but at the same time, know what you can take and what you cannot take. Marriage is not a do or die. Like what we said, if you stay, you collect. If you leave, you collect. I think most young men and women going into marriage now, they are so careless. They see the signs, but they tend to overlook it, thinking that one way or the other, you can correct it. The moment you are in it, be tolerant. But if it gets to a level that you feel this is getting too much, my dear, get out of it. Thank you very much.
Said if you stay, you collect. If you go, you collect. I think that the real question is, should the person stay or should the person go? If you've had reoccurring infection and you are and you don't have facts, but you're suspecting that this is where it's coming from, a cheating partner, should you stay or should you go?
You have to decide what's most important to you. You know, when it comes to marriage relationships, it's not what you tell people what to do, because sometimes people want to hold on to the little light that they have seen, right? You know, you date a partner who takes care. I had a conversation with somebody saying, but he takes care of the children, but he provides.
He's responsible.
He's not responsible. He takes care.
He's financially responsible.
You remove responsibility. He takes care of the children. Okay. He provides for the home. But he has this major flaw that is giving me these diseases. And do I now live because of these diseases and forget the fact that this person actually takes care of the children and provides for the home? So a lot of women find themselves in that fix where they are holding on to that little good part that they see and hoping that there will be a change in the bad one, in the other one. So when you are telling them to open your eyes, but this thing is killing you, they're like, but he takes care, he takes care. They are holding on and trying to grasp at that little goodness that they see. And that's why a lot of abusive and cheating partners take advantage of these people that are staying with them and collecting all the nonsense, because they are giving you small, they are just pushing it, giving you small, and they will even tell you that if you go outside, you will not see anybody that will do this one.
I'll take care of you.
You will not see anybody that will take, like I'm doing.
Call.
It's a form of abuse.
Temitope has called in from Abuja. Hello, Temitope. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
I'm sick.
Yeah,
My namesake.
Temitope. I'm first caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. I just want to quickly make some correction and impression here. In reference to the first question you guys are talking about that of Nima made some statements, and Francis and others condemning her. I think they have subjective, because Nima also has the right to freedom of expression and opinion. They were calling and saying that she don't have the right to a lawyer, whatever. A lawyer also has the right. So freedom of expression, the provision of the Constitution, Section 35 of the Constitution, gives Nima the right. And besides, why will you tell CBC what they will discuss? Francis is saying CBC should not discuss that and whatever. It is not okay. It's because you have a subjective mindset. You are saying your opinion is more superior to another person's opinion. It's not done anywhere. And besides, Nima is a lawyer. And if a lawyer has the right, freedom of expression, freedom of prioritization of personal liberty, and in fact, Bobrisky also have the right. There's no law.
I'm grateful that Nima has a lawyer.
Yes, so.
Dr. Abdulrashid and Mr. Francis gave it to Nima, but Mr. Tope has come to defend Nima that she has a right, so we have a balance. I just wanted to throw in another angle of this infection, because like over the past 3 weeks, I felt like there's a wind of infection blew through our house. So one of my sons came in with chicken pox. And it occurred to me that he went through everyone, apart from me, my husband, and my mom, because we did not deal with it early enough. And it was lack of consciousness. So the other siblings got it, my driver got it, the maid got it, someone else that visited our house too caught it. So when Easter Sunday was supposed to be a family, we've planned it like three weeks ahead before all the chickenpox came, that my in-laws were coming. But just that morning, it occurred to us that we have infection in the house. You can't bring in people into a place where there is infection. Is it a case of, that's why I asked about awareness, thoughtfulness, and kindness. So there are three things that should work together. So if you are aware that there's infection, then you'll be thoughtful enough to give feedback to that person that I'm kind to you. I will not let you come into this place because there is a risk you might get infected. And now it is not sexual. It is something else entirely. It could be, okay, So in this house we have some people in this house are living with HIV, and so you are open about it. You know, some people they never talk about it. As Nigeria is, people have HIV in this country as they plenty rich. Nobody don't talk say he gets.
Okay, they go laugh you. When COVID came, I was the only one that went away and buy bucket. Had hand wash soap. So if you're coming upstairs, if you're even receiving, I'll be asking you from upstairs. You know, they say we should separate.
Wash hand.
You know, wash her. Do you need to really come inside? All those things. And then I now had COVID. And then I locked my door, and then everybody wanted to check up on me, my son. And I would say, no, this house, we have COVID. Can you please stay outside? And I was abnormal. And then eventually when I got out of it, I was laughed at. Because one of my friends said, there's no COVID, Nakata.
Oh,
now only you the advocate. And only
Let's take Ogutola from Agbado.
I want to admit that you have something.
Good morning, welcome to the show, Mr. Ogutola.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ogutola. I'm coming from Agbado.
You're welcome to the show.
Please, I want to talk about your first topic that you are saying about Bobby Whiskey.
Okay.
Lima, I support you. May God Almighty continue to lift you up.
Ami.
And may God Almighty, you'll be in this country, you'll be stand in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because
We lost him.
Somebody died.
what of Moyayo and Atieni and Miriam?
They are
Lima,
fine.
is the only Bobby Whiskey spending money in this country? Is the only Bobby Whiskey? Please stop it. Busy, and my auntie, beautiful auntie there. Is the only Bobby Whiskey spending money in this world, spending money in this country?
Sir.
Whiskey do it when he was burying his mother. But still and there, he showed they are doing it. There's a lot of people that are doing it. Let me tell you, I can send more than 20 for you for my Facebook or my social media. Those people are spending this money. Spending money. I can send it to you. Why EFCC? EFCC, they are corrupt. They are corrupt organization. They are very, very corrupt.
Mr. Oguntola, you cannot come on national television and call out a federal agency,
Without
EFCC,
evidence.
to say
But
that they are
with
corrupt
evidence
based
now.
on your
You
opinion.
know, see, what's the Whiskey's mother's burial?
Eh?
And the bundles.
They did not
God,
give them a
Bobrisky that-
petition. Why did they make a move? We are back to Bobrisky
back to
matter.
Bobrisky
We
again.
are giving Bobrisky too much
too much
airtime.
attention.
So back to the relationship that was hey, my sister.
I want to because I'm from the South. I know things based on my Southwest upbringing. I want to hear your opinion on. In the North, do they hear stories like that? Can you be married to 4 wives and maybe one of them is stepping out and the person is bringing things into the house? How do you deal with that situation?
So, like, infidelity in the North is not, I won't say it doesn't happen, but it's not really common amongst, if you are going to marry up to 4 wives, I don't see why you should still be going out.
No,
But
see, one of the wives.
I'm saying the wife, so.
Yes,
One of the
the
wives
wives.
steps
The
out.
wife, what if the wife steps out?
Well, it has not happened, but you know, we.
She's
Hey,
living in a bubble.
Ramatu
is in
you are in a different
Islamic bubble.
You are in a different bubble.
Yes, we're in Islamic wherever. You know that the penalty for adultery is they stone you to
On the woman now,
on the
not
woman.
on the man.
Even the man.
I'm very stoning
Yes.
against
They don't stone
Even on
men.
the man. It's the same penalty.
But they don't stone men.
It's the same
No,
penalty.
because they don't have evidence.
There's no
They have evidence.
They have
they don't
evidence.
bother.
evidence is that you have to
We
be
sold
caught.
the men.
They have evidence.
2 of them are prosecuted.
There
That's
is no, you can't even
possible.
suspect. You must be caught before that can happen.
In the Bible, it was against the law. If you are caught, you be stoned. Who did they stone? Now woman. Now woman they always catch.
They
Now
caught
woman
in
they
the very act, but only one person got
I
stoned.
need to clarify. You know, I did Islamic law.
Yeah.
If you establish evidence of adultery against a man and a woman, both of them, the penalty is stoning to death under Islamic Sharia law.
Okay.
Now, if the evidence that leads to the prosecution is pregnancy, it's most likely the woman. Because if the man insists, I was not the one, and she insists, it's then a word against her, that evidence fails. But for her, unmarried, divorced, single, all married, and the husband was on a journey and she got pregnant, the evidence is strictly on her side. That's why it
So in
seems
that case, it might
tilted
seem
one
like,
way.
because
So
women carry the evidence, men
so
don't
the
carry the
advocacy,
evidence.
thank you. The advocacy is now that the woman's word should be enough. And you cannot, you know, when there's an element of that, you can't, it's such a grievous, you cannot just place it. I can just look at one person I don't like and say, this one we are going down, you know, and it cannot be.
Fatima is calling out Ramatu. He said, Miss Ramatu, I was born and raised in the north. Please, which part of the north did you grow up where there is no
They don't
cheating?
do anything.
So another person was saying,
it's not happening. It happens. You understand? But of course we hide it. So we don't even know the penalty or what happens to them. So everybody,
So you guys are more coded. That's what you're telling me.
Obati Aderonke says, how does one cope with a cheating
Well,
husband or a cheating wife? See, I didn't want us to turn this into cheating. Why? We're talking about the result of cheating, which is that there might be infection, but I don't think you can discuss results of cheating without discussing the cheating because
itself.
infection.
This is serious.
Can I talk about this infection for a bit? So there was a video sometime where a man was complaining. He found out that his wife was living with HIV.
He found out.
Yes. She was hiding the drugs. Yes, we saw the video together. She was hiding the drugs behind the settee in the house. Wow. It's been ongoing for months. She's been taking those drugs for months. And I also think that she had tried to stop, she has stopped sleeping.
Intimacy.
Yes.
So
but though
she's
she
not
did
honest enough to tell the
how
man.
many people are honest
Let's
enough
take this
to
phone
share that
call.
kind of story?
Oba has called in from London. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is my first-time caller. I'm a very watcher viewer of your program. I'd like to make a contribution towards your current topic, especially on the issue of infection and marriages. And the key thing, I want to look at it from a different perspective, and that is to say that the invitation of or the importation of culture, which is this one man, one wife thing. I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm not saying this. Our parents, when we were growing up, I'm a product of a polygamous home, and our parents actually stayed at home because that was it. But this idea of this one man, one wife thing has created this kind of facade that people live in. Oh, I'm a man with one wife, but 10 concubines. And therefore, before you know it, men are jumping from women to women, and women are jumping from men to men. And therefore, you have all this thing coming now, and we live in this kind of cocoon, and that created the impression that things are just working. Unfortunately, this is also spreading this disease and is creating a terrible infection culture amongst our people. And this is one of the areas that we need to watch out for. Where is our culture in this part of this discussion? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. But do you agree with Dr. Banima? Do you agree that it is this one man, one wife syndrome that is leading to more cases of maybe infection being reported in marriage?
You know, that was what Ramat was trying to say. You know, in a polygamous marriage, you have the special breeds of women.
You can have the fat, the slim.
Yes.
You can have different shapes and sizes.
That only satisfies
the man. Yeah.
So we're a woman. We don't talk about women's sexual urges enough. Yeah. We don't talk about women emotional health as regards polygamy and how they're treated. You're supposed to just accept it, whether it works for you or not. You know, and how this can affect you. You know, when the psychiatrists come, and I don't have the correct confirmed statistics, but they say that, you know, the cases that are in the mental health institutions more are women, and they're dealing with female family issues and emotional issues.
You're right.
And we don't discuss that enough. We shy away from them. So culture doesn't bother about your emotional health. Culture doesn't bother about certain sexual privileges. You're not supposed to needs. You're not supposed to even have. What to concern you will concern certain things. Just your own is to born children.
No.
You know, so if you can't born, you're not a woman. And so women will also run mental dealing with how am I a woman? Because you know, I've not been able to have children, and nobody worries about that. Your use is for birthing children, raising them, and, you know, being available for sexual pleasures of men. That's what our culture talks about. But religion, for Islam at least that I know, caters to this. You know, you are allowed this privilege, you are allowed this conversation. If it is not something your mental health can deal with, you're not allowed to stay in the polygamy. Women can actually put prenuptials in the Arab world, in the Islamic countries. You put prenuptials that I will be an only wife and you will be strictly faithful to me. It is a ground for divorce if these clauses are violated.
Yeah.
But we don't discuss it here. We shame the women from these conversations. You know this thing.
In fact,
yes, to ask it.
People always say it's a man's world.
And we are seeing the
yeah,
results.
and let's not run away from it. It's the men that bring this infection mostly.
But let's
It's the men. No, let's not.
but
Let's
let-
not lie.
I want to say this.
For a woman
It's a
to
difficult
cheat, it takes a lot.
conversation to have that, oh, I feel I have infection. Infection might not be sexually transmitted alone.
Yes.
You might have an infection that is not sexually transmitted and you are giving it to your partner. How easy is it
But
to
in
have a
this case-
conversation around? I'm even saying, because you see,
No, but in this case,
no,
what
it's
she
not
means
only what she meant sexually transmitted disease.
is-
But she said you will share infections.
Yes, you share infection.
So infection like mouth sore, infection like
share that.
you will share mouth sore.
You will share
But I
cough
can
and
choose.
catarrh.
I cough. Like what? But
You
that
will
one,
share sexual
I will not.
infection because you will not know before it starts. Like she explained earlier, before it starts manifesting in your body, you've been doing your husband. Now.
Yes.
You'll
So
be-
I'm saying that it is
So you
a
would
tough
have shared it
conversation
without
to
knowing.
have with your partner. Like me telling my husband, how will I tell my husband that, Oga, you are coughing? Don't kiss me now because
No, me, I know
it is
you can say
contagious.
that
I
one.
will have cough.
But you will not know.
I'm saying, how do you say it? How do you tell your husband as because you are coughing? How do you tell your husband
use
that
these
I
better
can't
now.
kiss you because
No,
you
no,
have
but
I
that
have
one
mouth
is
sore?
easy. You know why I said that one is easy? Because it's
Some people
cough now.
cannot have it.
No,
you see?
no, that one is easier.
Some people
You are
cannot.
living
It's
together,
when you
so how
have-
would you know that
No,
you have cough?
no, I'm saying that if my husband is coughing, can I tell him not to kiss me because he's coughing?
Of course.
You can.
They see
That one
cough
is
now.
easy. You can.
But you no go see the STD.
You will not see STD. That's the problem. So
But
even
some men will not take it. That's what I'm saying. Some women don't know how to say it.
Why you no
We
go
need to learn either way.
you want to kiss me and give me the cough. Yeah,
exactly.
you don't even love me for you to be thinking of bringing your mouth where you do in front of me. No, you don't love
have
me.
sore throat.
You
Or
will
you are
put me
kissing-
first because you
or
love
you are
me.
kissing.
So,
And then you
Because
now
we
cough.
have to round off in like a minute.
Yeah.
And we have discussed that for STD, you might not know.
Yeah.
The person who might know the STD, that he has STD is a man. Please be kind. If you find yourself that you are treating infection, don't go near your wife. If you have gone outside, give yourself
protection.
Use protection. Give yourself like a week or two to be sure. I heard a story.
Why are we
I heard a
encouraging them
story.
going outside?
No, I heard a
You
story.
shouldn't go outside.
but you think you're
As in,
listening to
I'm
you?
asking you a different word.
Stay inside.
I heard a story. This one, I
thought you said we're
we
going
did naming
now.
ceremony 2 weeks apart. 2 weeks apart. Full term.
As a child,
Housewife did naming ceremony. I think it's the same week, Seth. It wasn't 2 weeks apart. It was 7 days of each other.
It happened in my family.
And the outside
uncle, my
woman
late uncle.
Was giving birth to.
gave birth within a week. So that means this thing happened. Full term.
Nothing.
This thing happened within. Please give space in between
Cheating.
what you are doing,
Let's
so
take
that in
this.
case an infection comes, we can. You
I think
could have
find a way
dealt
to
with it.
differentiate and protect your main side.
Who is important
Who is
to you?
yes,
Your primary
the most
constituency.
protect them. So see these people that are manufacturing condom, they need
Yeah.
customers buy and use.
I mean,
Afsa says,
I'm
Nima,
done.
God created man with more sexual urge than women.
Who told you people? Who told you people that? I disagree.
Women are not.
I disagree.
Now, and he made provision for how they can handle it with the excess with polygyny. Now we human, won't eat our cake and still have it. So that hot topic for next tomorrow.
Wow.
I don't believe that.
We want to know who have
do
more
not-
sexual
I
urge.
disagree.
I do not believe it, but we do not have the time
I
to
disagree.
disagree or agree with the topic.
Next week is coming.
Afsa has created our...
Maybe your view pigeon tomorrow can take it up. Though it will
That's
be me, I'm not
also-
around to have the conversation.
Honestly.
That's what we can take on the show today. Please protect yourself. Please be kind if you're in a relationship. Number one, be faithful.
Be responsible.
Be
Don't come
responsible.
and kill your
Be
partner.
kind to your partner. If you are infected, do not spread infection. Spread only
Love.
The only thing we are spreading right now is what?
Love.
That's what we can take. See you tomorrow on Your View Pigeon and next week, Monday for me. Bye.
Bye.